Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Orange Blossom Opry. At this time, we ask that you please silence all cell phones and pagers, and as you know, flash photography and video recording is not allowed. We also ask that you please remove all caps and hats so the people behind and around you can enjoy the view. Gum chewing is not allowed, and please don't stick it under your seat. We're happy that you've joined us here at the Orange Blossom Opry and ask that you please take all refuse with you to the nearest exit as you leave the auditorium. And now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
How y'all doing? You gotta make some noise out there, all right? Well, look yonder coming down that railroad track. Well, look yonder coming down that railroad track. You're late, really late, really late. You're really late. It's the Orange Blossom Special. Bringing my baby back, yeah, baby. What happened, Hoss? You blew a gasket, I think. Get back there on your perch. Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Orange Blossom Opry. How's everyone doing tonight? My gosh, we're happy to see you all here. We are the Orange Blossom Opry Band, and we're here tonight. We're going to do some music of Travis Tritt and Randy Travis. We'll be doing all of that on the second set. So those of you who are just here for that, you might want to just talk amongst yourselves while we're up here playing the first set. Yeah. And the gentleman that was going to be with us tonight, Dakota Hurley, his grandfather passed away. So he's not going to be here, but we have a great replacement because a pal of ours. If any of you all have ever come to everybody ever come to the John Denver show, the tribute to John Denver show? Well, you're in for a treat because Dr. Carl is here. And Dr. Carl's going to come out, and he's going to sing a couple of songs. I guess he's going to do
Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah.
Yes. You Are My Sunshine.
He actually said to me backstage, he said, well, he's going to sing a Randy Travis song. And he said, you want me to do it in John Denver's voice or in Randy Travis's voice? So I presume that he might be able to pull that off.
Yeah. I told him to just do it in Carl's voice, and he said he might try and do Randy Travis and John Denver like every other word.
It's yeah. I could do John Denver's voice right now, though. Would you like to hear it? Ready?
Yeah.
Some of you get that, some of you won't. Anyway, how many folks are here at the Orange Blossom Opry for the very first time? Get your hands up out there. Let me see some new folks there. Bunch of folks over here. My gosh, we got a lot of new folks. And how many of you folks at the Orange Blossom Opry now are arriving late? Just the late family over there. My gosh, you all are late. Where the heck you been?
Should we do the Orange Blossom special over again?
Have you all heard it before? Because we don't want to have to do it. We don't want to do that again. Anyway, welcome to all the new folks. We're certainly glad you're here, and tonight is Saturday night, and we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff at the front part of the show and a bunch at the second. We hope you enjoyed. If there's something you'd like to hear, hi. How are you? Good. Are you, you're not that girl I met on Match.com, are you? You are? I told you to be here before 7. What the heck? All right. I don't know your name, but I'm glad you're here. Thanks you're here. We're going to take a second and introduce the band to you folks, especially for all you new people. The gentleman over here on my left, he hails from the great state of Illinois. He plays the bass guitar. He also plays regular guitar. He plays drums. He sings a fine song. He is road manager, stage manager, and most importantly, bus driver. Everybody say hello to Kevin Kingston.
KK!
Howdy.
That's him. I love Florida, and I love the sinuses. That's a whole nother story. The gentleman that was
Are you getting choked up just thinking about me?
Yeah, I was. I've taken more drugs than all these guys in the band put together for sinus and still have no success with that. The gentleman that I was going to say nice things about plays the fire out of everything he puts in his hands, ladies and gentlemen. He's one of the most incredible musicians I've ever had the opportunity to play with. And he hails from the great state of Iowa. His name is Doug Stock, but you all know what to do. Ready on 3.
1. Hey, Dougie!
Hey, Dougie! I think we should, where's Sadie? I think we should have T-shirts made up that say, hey, Dougie.
I think that would be...
How much is that Dougie in the window?
Oh, yeah! How much is that Dougie in the window? That's even funnier. Why didn't I think of that? The gentleman behind me is a Floridian, ladies and gentlemen. He is from Plant City, Florida. He is the handsome and very talented. Everybody say hello to Todd Bowers back there.
TB!
Old TB, we call him. The gentleman seated to my right. Huh? Did you want to say something? I'm not busy or anything. Go ahead. What? He's not just the drummer. Wyatt, what do you know about him that we don't know? Uh-oh. Is that you? Do you know her? That's a girl that should...
Told you to stay in the truck.
Told you to stay in the truck.
Yeah, he said, I told you to stay in the truck. That's funny. All right. The gentleman seated to my right is our lead singer and piano player. He also plays the harmonica, folks. Sings the fire out of everything, as you will hear tonight. He is my pal for many, many years. Y'all say hello to Arlen Willett.
Howdy, 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 howdy. And we can't forget also the leader of our band, one of the founders of Sawyer Brown, played for years with Confederate Railroad, has been fired from a lot of really great stars. Tall, dark, and handsome, Bobby Randall.
Howdy, everybody. Also, one more quick announcement before we get started. Where's Sandy Moffett? Moffett, is that it? Where are you, Sandy?
Sandy.
Oh, she's back there. Hi, Sandy.
Sandy.
Somebody told me it was your birthday, honey. Is it your birthday? It's not? This is a lie? Don't worry, Sandy. We do not ask women how old they are here at the Orange Blossom Opry. We would never do anything that rude, so you're safe there. Occasionally, I'll ask a woman, how much do you weigh?
Let's sing quick.
You know it, Arlen. Get it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sandy. Happy birthday to you.
Sorry, y'all. Not a good day. I'm ready. 1, 2.
I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone.
Ever since I met you, baby, you have done me wrong.
You walk by and you shake that thing and you know I'm not that strong. I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone. I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone. Ever since I met you, baby, you have done me wrong. You walk by and you shake that thing and you know I'm not that strong. I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone.
The first time I laid eyes on you, got caught up in your sway. I thought I didn't have a chance, and then you looked my way. From the longing to the loving, girl, we made it all the way. But for all the hunger in my eyes, my heart has had to pay.
I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone. Ever since I met you, baby, you have done me wrong. You walk by and you shake that thing and you know I'm not that strong. I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone. I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone. Ever since I met you, baby, you have done me wrong. You walk by and you shake that thing and you know I'm not that strong. I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone. I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone. Ever since I met you, baby, you have done me wrong. You walk by and you shake that thing and you know I'm not that strong. I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone. I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone. I wish you could have turned my head and left my heart alone. Yeah. You can take the house and everything in it. Keep the diamond ring, 'cause that's how I meant it. Sticks and stones are all they ever were to me. This material life with all its values don't mean a thing to me. Without you and the love that we once had is all I need. So take everything we have if it makes you happy. And darling, let me say before I leave, these steps and stones ain't all that makes a home. They don't have arms to hold you and love goes wrong, wrong. Now you say we are through. but the word you said just tore my heart in two. Remember when we didn't have a dime between us? You took my hand and said we don't need much, just as long as we're together, we would be fine. Now we've acquired all I thought would please you, gave everything I know that I could, but still, you're telling me you're not satisfied. So take everything we have if it makes you happy. And darling, let me say before you leave, these sticks and stones ain't all that makes a home. They don't have arms to hold you and love goes wrong. Now you say we are through. These sticks and stones may break me, but the words you sing just tore my heart in two. These sticks and stones may break me, but the word you said just tore my heart in two. Boy, I'm hoping this clears up a little.
Yeah. So a pal of ours, how many of y'all have been here when we did the Brooks and Dunn show?
With Kenny
Anybody
Evans.
here with Kenny Evans? Absolutely incredible. Well, Kenny Evans was watching last night, and I said to the band, I said, man, if y'all ever heard Kenny Evans, because when we did the Brooks and Dunn thing, he sounds exactly like Kix Brooks. And the whole crowd was silent, like you are right now. So I got a little message that Kenny Evans is watching again.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
And he said, and it's your turn to sing again.
Oh, no.
And he said, Bobby, you're sounding great. You sound exactly like Cletus Judd. Who's a pal of mine.
And
His real name's Barry Poole.
He's going to be mad, though, when he hears that.
Yeah. You remember, if y'all see the Toby Keith video where he was one of those things, Barry was in there.
Yeah.
All right, enough of that. Wish us luck on this one.
Hang on, what key is this? That?
Since the days of old, men would search for wealth untold, dig for silver and for gold, and leave the empty holes. Way down south in the Everglades, where the black water falls and the tall grass waves, the eagles fly and the otter play in the land of the Seminole. So blow, Seminole winds, blow like you're never gonna blow again. Calling to you like a long lost friend, 'cause I know who you are. And blow from the Okeechobee all the way up the Micanopy. Blow across the home of the Seminole, the alligator in the dark. came and took its toll in the name of flood control. The bands and they drained the land, now the glades are dry. And last time I walked in the swamp, I stood up on a cypress stump. I listened close and I heard the ghost of Osceola cry. So blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you're never gonna blow again. Calling to you like a long lost friend, 'cause I know who you are. Blow, blow across the Okeechobee, all the way up to Micanopy. Blow that's the home of a Seminole alligator in the dark. Oh, what about the dog?
Fun, huh? So most of you are probably sitting back there saying, okay, we do this hey Dougie thing, but what does Dougie actually do? And excuse me. Oh, where you going, honey? Oh, you got to pee? Hey.
Man, why?
Hey, it happens to all of us.
If you have to leave us, can we go too?
Yeah, bring me back some cough medicine. I forgot where I was going. I got so sideways with that. But that's why, folks, we up here at the band, we don't have that problem because one of the fine sponsors of the Orange Blossom Opry is Depends. Hit it, Dougie. What we doing?
I went partying the other night. I started drinking, got real tight. We was playing with all of our friends. It felt so good, we had to play it again. Hey, bartender.
Hey, bartender.
Hey, bartender.
Hey, bartender.
Draw one, draw two, draw three more glasses of beer. Well, she was sitting down on the end. I said, baby, can we be friends? You look as good as can be. Come on down and drink with me. Hey, bartender.
Hey, bartender.
Hey, bartender.
Hey, bartender.
Draw one, draw two, draw three more glasses of beer. Bobby! Having so much fun, I didn't know it was 1:30. I turned around to have one more. I looked at the clock and it was 4:30. Hey, bartender.
Hey, bartender.
Hey, bartender.
Hey, bartender.
Draw one, draw two, draw three more glasses of beer. party was beginning to sing. That's when I heard somebody call, a last call for alcohol. Hey, bartender, hey, look at here. Hey, bartender,
Hey, bartender.
hey, bartender,
Hey, bartender.
hey, bartender.
Hey, bartender.
Draw one, draw two, draw three more glasses of beer.
And hey, Dougie.
Oh, ain't you kind.
Thank you, please.
Can we start now?
The bar was empty. I was sweeping up the floor. That's when she walked in, said, I'm sorry, but we're closed. And she said, I know, but I'm afraid I left my purse. I said, I put one back behind the bar. I bet it's probably yours. And the next thing that I knew, there we were, lost in conversation. Before I handed her purse, I said, you'll only get this back on one condition. And we danced out there on that empty hardwood floor. The chairs up and the lights turned way down low. The music played, we held each other close, and we danced like no one else had ever danced before. And I can't explain what happened on that floor, but the music played, we held each other close, and we danced. But from that moment, there was never any doubt that I had found the one that I'd always dreamed about. And then one evening, when she dropped by after work, I pulled a diamond ring out of the pocket of my shirt. And as her eyes filled up with tears, she said, this is the last thing I expected. Then she took me by the hand and said, I'll only marry you on one condition. And we danced out there on that empty hardwood floor. The chairs up and the lights turned way down low. The music played, we held each other close, and we danced like no one else had ever danced before. And I can't explain what happened on that floor, but the music played, we held each other close, and we danced, and we danced. Thank you.
Autumn with Lead, everybody. Good stuff right there. Eh? All right, everybody. How about the new folks? Y'all doing okay? Having a good time so far? Hey, does this bother you at all when I do that? No? It does? A little bit? It bothers you. I like to do that. See if I can pick somebody out in the crowd. Pick them right in the face, man. Whack. All right. Hey, we have a CD out, folks, and if those of you who may not know that, and we've got a bunch of songs that we recorded, and we'd like you to pick one up and take one home with you because I think they're pretty reasonably priced.
A few of these songs that we've done tonight are on that CD, by the way.
They are. That's correct. This next one is on that CD. And, folks, all the money that we collect for the CD goes to this very special charity that me and the boys have started up here in the band. And, I mean, there's terrible things out there these days. There's multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, cystic fibrosis. All of those things are terrible. And we started something that most of us up here on the band suffer from, and it's called Musicians Who Suffer from Multiple Divorces. And all the money goes right to that. So. Here's a song we did. In downtown Modesto, I was working a Holiday Inn. I was set with a gig that would last us throughout the weekend. And I was singing a new song I wrote on my way into town. She came through the front door and found her place to sit down. Well, I knew right away she liked the words to my songs, 'cause she stared at my old guitar and followed my fingers way too long. She had a likeness of a girl I'd seen in a dream. The lights can do wonders with makeup and faded blue jeans. And the last thing I needed was somebody messing up my mind. So I found 100 reasons for turning away one more time. She could cause me to sing bad and fall out of love with my guitar. And she'd blow all the chances I had of being a big singing star. Oh, Dougie, come on, son. Glance, I could tell that she was young for her age. But she got to looking better as she got down a little bit closer to the stage. And as she sipped on her wine, I could tell the kind of girl that she would be. Somehow I knew she was there to do bad things to me. And the last thing I needed was somebody messing up my mind. So I found 100 reasons for turning away one more time. 'Cause she could cause me to sing bad and fall out of love with my guitar. And she'd blow all the chances I had of being a big singing star. And she'd blow all the chances I had of being a big singing star. Ah, shucks. Well, that's a true story. Yeah, isn't it? Kind of, I guess it is. All right, well, here's a song that...
I picked because I like the fiddle part on it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. When you do it right, I mean.
I'll try to do it right for you.
Old George Strait. Well, they call me the fireman, and that's my name. Making my rounds all over town, putting out old flames. Hell, everybody like to have what I got. I can cool them down when they're smoldering hot. I'm the fireman, that's my name. Last night they had a bad one a mile or two down the road. Yeah, my buddy walked out and left his woman burning out of control. Well, I was down there about an hour or so, with a little mouth to mouth, she was ready to go. I'm the fireman, that's my name. They call me the fireman, that's my name. Making my rounds all over town, putting out old flames. Well, everybody like to have what I got. I can cool them down when they're smoldering hot. I'm the fireman, that's my name. Murdered up Bobby Randall. Hey, doggy. I got a fire-engine red T-bird on a mobile. In a minute or less, I could be dressed fit to kill. I work 24 on and 24 off. When it gets too hot, they just give me a call. I'm the fireman, that's my name. They call me the fireman, that's my name. Making my rounds all over town, putting out old flames. Hell, everybody like to have what I got. I can cool them down when they're smoldering hot. I'm the fireman, that's my name. They call me the fireman, that's my name.
I'm on fire.
Hey, Eddie's on the smoke, right?
Yeah, he is. Eddie's on the smoke. We got to introduce those folks back there, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, the sixth member, I can't see anything. It reminds me of back when I was in college. Actually, I wasn't in college. I spent two months in college, and then I got this letter from the government that said, "Greetings." That's where I went. Anyway, the sixth member of the Orange Blossom Opry Band is seated right at the end of this aisle, folks. Would you all please say hello to Mr. Nathan Smith back there?
Nathan! Oh!
Nathan plays all the instruments at the same time, making sure we sound good, not only here in the auditorium, but to all the folks listening on Facebook. And that pretty little thing up there on the right, she's our blonde bombshell. Her name's Karen. She runs all the video stuff. Say hello to Karen up there.
That's the picture you got?
That's her.
Where's the one with me?
There it is.
There you are.
There I
you are.
am, down there in the bottom.
That's you. Yeah, that's where you got those boots from. Down there on the bottom.
Yeah, they are.
Alligator boots. Anyway, they're all doing a fine job for us. Also, everybody say hello to everyone watching on Facebook, because we have a ton of people, y'all, that watch on Facebook, and we appreciate y'all watching out there just as much as we appreciate
Especially
everybody
my
coming
mom.
here. Your mom watching?
Yeah, she's watching.
There's Fast Eddie right there. Fast Eddie gets his picture made with all the stars and all the chicks. He gets all the girls. And that's probably understandable.
Linda Davis is who's he's with there, and she was like, "Please don't let him stand by me anymore."
That's what I remember when they took that picture. She said, "Would you get him off me?" And I said, "I'll try."
Have you noticed he hasn't asked to take a picture with us?
Yeah, I know. Eddie never asked to take his picture with us, but anyway.
You'll never be a star.
Yeah, you'll never amount to anything. Hey, folks, we're running a little quicker than others, so we got one more song, but we'll do one more before we take a break. So maybe we'll take a wild shot. We'll do the one we're going to do, but let's take a wild shot at a request. Y'all want to do that? It's Saturday night. Y'all don't care, right? Y'all okay? What?
Copperhead Road. We don't do it.
No, we don't do that song. Here's what it sounds like up here, just so you know. That's the last song.
That is the one on our list, actually.
That's on our list. We'll do that song. Hey, these people are all drunk over here. What about you people over here?
Cross My Heart. We know that one, don't we?
What is it? A what song?
A Hank song.
Oh, a Hank song? All right. All right. Oh, I can't hear squat.
You can.
Let's play in the key of B, and we'll play this song together. You kind of play it.
B flat.
You're in B flat there. Oh, B.
I'm in B now. Let's do it in B.
All right.
Is that what key you do it in?
Yeah, sure. I don't do it in B, but I can sing.
Hey, I do. I'll sing the first part and you sing the rest.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Key of B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, sweet baby, don't you think that maybe we could find us a brand new recipe?
I got a hot rod for and a $2 bill, and I know a spot right over the hill. It's soda pop and a dance is free. If you wanna go dance, come along with me.
Well, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Play one, son. Come on, Dougie. Well, I'm free and I'm ready, so we can go steady. How's about saving all your time for me?
And no more looking, I know I've been cooking. So how's about saving all your time for me? Gonna throw my date book over the fence and buy me one for 5 or 10 cents. Keep it till it's covered with date, and I'll write your name on every page.
Well, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up? How's about cooking something up? How's about cooking something up with me? You owe me $20, pal. All right, well, we're going to take a short break here. We're going to do one more song, and then we'll be right back with our tribute to Randy Travis and Travis Tritt.
And we call it Travis Travis.
Travis. We worked really hard at coming up with a slick name, and we thought about, I said Tritt and Tritt, and that didn't work.
And
then
the one lady that does some of our marketing for the website had it all messed up.
Right.
And then
She said on the website, I don't know if you noticed it, it said a night of TNA. I'm just saying.
I kind of like that one
I mean,
better myself.
we sold out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Roger still hacked off because he's refunding money to people when they got here. What? No TNA. That's funny. All right, hey, listen, folks, for you new folks, I'm probably the luckiest guy in the whole world because I played in a couple of really famous bands. And I say this every time I'm up here and every night because I mean it. I've never played in a band, though, that's any better than the Orange Blossom Opry Band. So, and I mean that, man. I truly mean that. These guys, you have no idea how hard these guys work and how many songs we have to learn. And on nights like this where we just get to goof around, man, it sure is a lot of fun. So the last band I played in put this little record out. And do y'all read USA Today? Anybody read that?
No.
No, because it's, of course not. Who would? But I'm just saying, USA Today wrote this big article about the band and about our little song, and they said that only people with a total lack of class would like this song. And only people with a total lack of class would perform this song. So I'm sitting home, kind of feeling bad, and then you folks went out and bought 3 million copies of this record, and the band went to the Grammys. So there you go. Well, I was raised a sophisticated kind of guy, but my taste in music and women drove my folks half wild. Mom and Dad had a plan for me, debutantes in the symphonies, but I like my music, I like my women wild. Yeah, I like my women just a little on the trashy side. Well, they wear their clothes too tight and their hair is dyed. Too much lipstick or too much rouge gets me excited, leaves me feeling confused. I like my women just a little on the trashy side. Well, you should have seen the looks on the faces of my dad and mom when I showed up at the door with my date for the senior prom. They said, well, pardon us, son, but she ain't no kid. Yeah, that's a cocktail waitress in a Dolly Parton wig. I said, I know it, Dad. Ain't she cool? That's the kind I dig. Yeah, well, I like my women just a little on the trashy side. Well, they wear their clothes too tight and their hair is dyed. Too much lipstick or too much rouge gets me excited, leaves me feeling confused. I like my women just a little on the trashy side. Oh, get it, boys. I'm all zipped up, I'm good. Well, I like them sweet love, I like them with a heart of gold. Yeah, I like them brassy, I like them brash and bold. They say opposites attract, well, I just don't agree. I want a woman just as tacky as me. I like my women just a little on the trashy side. Yeah, I like my women just a little on the trashy side. When they wear their clothes too tight and their hair is dyed. Too much lipstick or too much rouge gets me excited, leaves me feeling confused. I like my women just a little on the trashy. Yeah, I like my women and I like them on the trashy side. Thank you all very much. We are the Orange Blossom Opry Band. The announcement is that we have strawberry shortcake sundaes on sale right now at the break for $5, and they're really good. And all of us in the band will we'd take one if you all.
Does anybody have $5 I can borrow?
Yeah, I don't have $5. Trouble with that is I don't have $5. Hey, we'll be right back in a couple minutes. God bless you all. Stick around, okay? Hope you all having a good time. Thank you. Yeah, no, not you. You're the guy pointing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't like to make fun of people and goof around with people like that. So I feel bad. I just want to give you one of my CDs. Okay.
Thank you, sir. I got a question for you. What you got the damn boots on for?
How much were these boots?
No, you're supposed to be the bootleg singer, remember?
They're $1,500.
The Barefoot Singer.
Oh, the Barefoot Singer. Yeah, people come to see. Hey, by the way, sir, that's a Gladys Knight and the Pips CD, but it's just one of my favorites.
Which Pip are you?
You know what? The funny thing is these boots are, they're up there. Yeah, they're expensive, but those over there are even more expensive. You see, those are alligators over there. What can I do for you standing up back there? Yeah, shut up and sing or what? I can't hear very well. Show you my boots. They're
Those are ostrich.
They're ostrich boots.
Ostrich skin.
But for a long time, I played barefoot when I was here. Yeah, and a lot of people. Yeah, I played barefoot forever, and then people started complaining, and then and here's Sadie. She's the manager, and she got on me one time.
Oh man, you don't want to get Sadie mad at you.
I don't want to get Sadie. Everybody say hi to Sadie because she works real hard. Everybody.
My boots are Geico, if anybody knows.
Oh, that must mean his are from Liberty.
The alligator boots are really
Liberty.
cool. Can you see the toe of those? I don't know if she can get up on
I
the toe
love
of those.
these
Because they're.
boots.
Can you see that? Can you get that, Karen? I don't know. You can see the because it's the alligator tail on the whole boot right there. Right.
I got 2 pairs of boots, and one of them he gave me as a gift, and the other I stole from him.
Yeah. Well, what happened was, never mind how he got it. But there they are right there. Your boots are on TV. Yeah. The
Alligator
boots, yep.
alligator skin.
All right, and okay, so welcome back, everybody. And but by the way, those are my boots too. People are listening, or they were listening in Illinois, North Carolina, Florida, Michigan. Hi, Mom. I love you. I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'll be in Michigan 2 weeks. Arlen's coming with me, so we're both going to Michigan.
1 week from tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. But don't everybody go, oh, they're not going to be
Love you,
here.
Mom.
We will be back for the shows. We're just going to take the jet and scoot up to Michigan. But I love you, Mom.
Bobby's got his own jet.
We'll be up there. I do. I do? Oh. Illinois, North Carolina, Florida, Michigan, Minnesota, West Virginia, Iowa, Tennessee, Arkansas, Texas, South Carolina, Ohio, Massachusetts. And dig this, y'all. People in Germany are watching over there. Really? Man, thank you so much for tuning in over there. I don't know what day it is and what time it is, but...
Was ist los?
Yeah. What? What does that mean? I don't know. I know Dunkopf, because that's what when I went over to Germany.
I think Was ist los means how you doing.
How you doing?
A friend of mine, Terry Berlinski from Midland, Michigan, told me that.
That's a real German name.
Terry, he could be watching.
So the guys from Germany watching, send us a little text there and tell us how to say hello in German, unless one of y'all know, okay? And then we'll be able to go. What? Right. All right.
That doesn't sound anything like Was ist los.
Yeah. In Japanese, it's konnichiwa. I learned how to say hello in Japanese is konnichiwa, and Vietnamese is I can't hardly say it, hakwa. What I wanted to learn from there was how do you say duck? All right, and then Ontario, Canada is watching too, so that covers everybody.
Right.
So folks, we put together a bunch of Travis Tritt songs and some Randy Travis songs. A lot of these songs, it's the first time we've ever played them, so bear with us, but everybody's working real hard on this to make it happen. I'm sorry, I apologize to the people who showed up thinking that it was going to be TNA. It's a TNT night. Travis and Travis.
Yeah,
Am I
Travis,
good?
Travis.
All right, I'm done talking. Let's do something. 3, 4, 1, 2.
I took a double take out on the interstate when I saw her making eyes at me. So I followed her down to Clubhouse Drive, past the pool and the 18 green. And in the parking lot, I said, it's mighty hot. Maybe I could buy you a beer. She said, I'm glad you asked, but I'll have to pass, 'cause only members are allowed in here. I said, I'm a member of a country club. Country music is what I love. I drive an old Ford pickup truck. I do my drinking from a Dixie cup. Hey, I'm a bona fide dancing fool. I shoot a mighty mean game of pool in a honky-tonk roadside pub. I'm a member of a country club. Lord, you look so inviting. Thought it might be exciting for a woman with a limousine to go bouncing around in a beat-up truck with a man in worn-out jeans. It's 5 o'clock before Friday night, and here's where the fun begins. So don't worry about your reputation, 'cause you can tell all your friends I'm a member of a country club. Country music is what I love. An old Ford pickup truck. I do my drinking from a Dixie cup. Hey, I'm a bona fide dancing fool. I shoot a mighty mean game of pool in a honky-tonk roadside pub. I'm a member of a country club. Hey, I'm a member of a country club. Country music is what I love. I drive an old Ford pickup truck. I do my drinking from a Dixie cup. Hey, I'm a bona fide dancing fool. I shoot a mighty mean game of pool in a honky-tonk roadside pub. I'm a member of a country club. In a honky-tonk roadside pub, well, I'm a member of a country club. Yeah.
We got through one. Oh, we got all kinds of notes coming up here. So it says, Guten Tag. Is that how you say hello? I got it right? Guten Tag? Guten Tag.
Tog.
Guten Tag.
Tog.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but good. All right, maybe I should. It's 1 o'clock over there in Germany, or it's 2 o'clock in Germany, in case you want to know, and 1 a.m. in the UK. And there's Travis Tritt right there. By golly. Georgia boy.
He looks young there. He's really old now.
Yeah, he doesn't look like that at all now with his. He looks horrible. No, actually, I got to tell you this, folks. People ask you all the time, who's one of your favorite singers? And I always answer the same when they say, who's your favorite singer? That's what I do. That's the truth. That's the truth. But when they say, if you could sing like anybody, because in my mind, I know I sound like Kermit the Frog, but I would sing like Travis Tritt, because I love all of his music.
He's got a great voice.
He's a great voice. And he's got a smoking wife. All right, so... and I got Zip. All right. You're up, Hoss.
I'm the only one married in this band.
You are the only guy married.
Yeah.
Arlen
you guys are all single.
We're all single. We're all available.
Dougie's not
we're,
single.
We're available. We're just pretty expensive. Some of us come with a lot of baggage.
He turns his back to you.
Turns his back on me.
There was a time that I could drink my tears away and drowned out all of the heartache that hurt me night and day. When the thought of you came crashing through, well, I'd have one more. And now the whiskey ain't working anymore. I need one good honky-tonk angel to turn my life around. And that's reason enough for me to lay this old bottle down.
Well, a woman, warm and willing,
that's what I'm looking for. How the whiskey ain't working anymore. Come on!
they knew my name. Yeah, in every bar in town. And they knew all of the reasons while I was hanging around, round.
But in my mind, the tears I find when they start to pour, how the whiskey ain't working anymore. Now I need one good honky-tonk angel to turn my life around, and that's a reason enough for me to lay this old bottle down.
Well, a woman's warm and willing.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for.
That's right.
Why the whiskey ain't working anymore. No, the whiskey ain't working anymore.
That's for sure.
Travis Tritt.
That was good stuff right there.
My mom's watching right now, and me and my brother Frankie used to sing that song together.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah.
Frankie.
So it was great singing it with my buddy KK down there.
I was Marty Stewart for just that little bit.
Actually, when I sang it with my brother, I was Marty Stewart for just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, he sang most of it.
Oh, yeah. So are we going to do this in E, Arlen? E, is that what we talked about?
Oh, yeah, sure. No, F. Sorry.
Oh, we're
F.
going to do it in F. Huh? Back up. F. All right, no matter what I play, it's probably going to sound like L. The key of L. What's the matter with you people?
On one hand, I count the reason I could stay with you and hold you close to me all night long. So many lovers' games I'd love to play with you. On that hand, there's no reason why it's wrong. But on the other hand, there's a golden band to remind me of someone who would not understand. On one hand, I can stay and be your loving man, but the reason I must go is on the other hand. In your arms I feel the passion I thought it died. When I looked into your eyes, I found myself. When I first kissed your lips, I felt so alive. I got to hand it to you, girl, you're something else. But on the other hand, there's a golden band to remind me of someone who would not understand. On one hand, I could stay and be your loving man, but the reason I must go is on the other hand. Yeah, the reason I must go is on the other hand. Randy Travis. Hey.
Good job, Arlen. My gosh.
So awkward, being a pastor and singing that song.
Well, pretend like you were singing it to me. All right. Well, so when we started putting this thing together, I said, fellas, I don't know any Randy Travis songs or Travis Tritt songs. I know them all, but I don't know any to sing. And so somebody pointed out to me that, was it Randy recorded this song?
Yeah.
Randy Travis?
Yep.
So Randy Travis recorded this song, and I don't know if you all ever heard it, but anyway, we're going to do a version of it.
Oh, man.
Sorry,
You
wrong.
always go to that one, but it's not.
Y'all heard of that song, right? Y'all know that. How many know that song? There are all your pot smokers right there, folks. There they are. All right.
So we're going to get him to do this?
Yeah, I'm going to get you all to... Kevin's going to start, and you all need to participate, which is a big word for a guy like me, in this song by clicking your fingers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Y'all do this. Everybody do this. That means you got to get your chin off your elbow, honey. Come on. Everybody do this.
Can you hear him?
Louder. Come on. Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes. All 2 hours of pushing a broom buys a 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. First boxcar, midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. Oh, born out, shirt and shoes. I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found. Short but not too big around. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. Up a half step or
Every engineer on every train.
yeah.
All of the children, all of their names. Every handout in every town. And ever long it ain't like we know it's around. I sing
Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, all but 2 hours of pushing the broom buys a 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. King of the road, king of the road. Yeah, thank you.
man, great singing.
Huh?
Well, I got the wrong set. I can't see it back here. All right. I got to switch guitars again. I got to switch around. Y'all stay there for a second. You know, I felt really bad. I was making fun of Fast Eddie back there because he's our pal. We ride motorcycles together. But you know, I was beating up on him so bad that I actually forgot to tell you what he does because, folks, he's in charge of all the lights up here, and so all that stuff you see going on back there and all around here is Eddie does all that, and he's kind of helped bring this place around to 2021. He does a heck of a job, and I like to make fun of you, Eddie, but I don't like to make fun of what you do because what he does an incredible job. So give Fast Eddie a round.
Yeah. And you know, Eddie's been doing this for quite some time now, and a lot of this equipment he actually owned, so he just kind of brought it in because he just has a desire to make it look better. So some of this stuff he's just brought in on his own. He just kind of...
Well, you know, part of it's part of his parole.
We got to do a song here, Travis Tritt. Actually quit doing it because people threw their quarters up. Cracked one of my keys once. I said, I'm not doing that song no more. You say you were wrong to ever leave me alone, and now you're sorry, you're lonesome and scared, and you say you'd be happy if you could just come back home. Here's a quarter, call someone who cares. Oh, someone who listens in my giving down, maybe one of your sordid affairs. Don't you come around here handing me one of your lies. Here's a quarter, call someone who cares. Oh! Bobby on lead guitar. Here's Dougie. Well, I thought what we had could never turn bad. Oh, you're leaving, caught me unaware. But the fact is you've run, girl, that can't be undone. So here's a quarter, call someone who cares. Oh, someone who listen, have might give a damn. Maybe one of your sordid affairs. Won't you come around here handing me none of your lies? Here's a quarter, call someone who cares. Yeah, here's a quarter, call someone who cares. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, baby. Good stuff, huh? And on the break, Arlen said, well, how many songs do I have to sing tonight? I said, pretty much all of them. You're the only one that knows them all. All right. I'm up here trying to learn, though. Is that this one, right?
Yeah, man. Baby, close that suitcase you've been packing. Just sit down and talk with me a while. I know you tried to tell me what was lacking, but I guess I must have missed it by a mile. Well, this time, girl, I swear to you I'll listen. Help me understand where I went wrong. It's hard to find myself in this position. Scared that I'll go crazy once you're gone. Help me hold on to what we had. Once our love was strong, it can be again. You said it takes two to make love last. You were right all along, so help me hold on. What have I got to do to make it better? What have I got to do to make you see that even though I promised you forever, I never knew how hard that would be? Well, I realize I took your love for granted, but I've learned that love worth having don't come free. And I'll pay any price it takes to keep you satisfied and staying here with me. Help me hold on to what we had. Once our love was strong, it can be again. You said it takes two to to make love last. You were right all along, so help me hold on. Help me hold on to what we had. Once our love was strong, it can't be again. You said it takes two to make love last. You were right all along, so help me hold on. You were right all along, so help me hold on. Great song. I just wish I
Good
was.
stuff, Arlen, huh? Everybody okay? Can I get you anything? Anybody need anything? What? Beer? All right. Well, here's another song we never played.
Yeah.
Well, watch this.
Yeah. Yeah. And they made me sing this one, so.
Yeah, and you all think this stuff's easy, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I play an old guitar, but not until I have fast one. I'm just trying to make a living, watching everybody else having fun. Well, it don't miss much if it happens on a dance hall floor. Oh, mercy, the bar just through that door. Well, hello, T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Tell me what in the world you're doing here, lady. Yeah, hey, good L-O-O-K-I-N-G. Well, I smell T-R-O-U-B-L-E. I was a little bitty baby when my papa hit the skids. My mama had a time trying to raise 9 kids. She told me not to stare cause it was impolite. She did the best I could to try to raise me right. But mama never told me about nothing like a wild you. I bet your mama was a very good looking mama too. Well, hey, good L-O-O-K-I-N-G. Well, I smell T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Oh, yeah. Talking sexy woman, honky talking baby. The men are gonna love you and the women gonna hate you. And mine and them are everything you're never gonna be. Maybe be the beginning of a World War III, but the world ain't ready for nothing like a wild you. I bet your mama must have been a good looking mama too. Well, hey, the L-O-O-K-I-N-G. I smell T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Say hey, I said hey, I said hey, said hey, said hey. I smell T-R-O-U-B-L-E. Yeah, that's right, one more time.
I don't know about y'all, but we sure are having fun. Okay.
I gotta do a song that, actually for me, it made it to, I believe, number 4. on my CD. It's
It is on your CD.
number 4 on my gospel CD, actually. It's a Randy Travis song. It really wasn't a gospel song, but I don't know. I thought it could have been, you know.
Did you tell them that you have a CD also? Arlen has a CD for sale as well out there in the lobby, and this is one of the songs on it.
I heard a freight train across the way. I heard a woman sing Amazing Grace. And I heard a night bird call to its mate. And I heard you whisper my name. And I heard freedom break its chain. I heard a heartbeat where once no sound remained. And I heard angels arise and praise when I heard you whisper my name. And I heard music bring a heart of stone to tears. And I heard peace ring like an anthem through the years. And I heard hatred fall from grace when I heard you whisper my name. Beating softly against the waves fell the sound of an early morning rain, and through the thunder and lightning grains I still heard you whisper my name. And I heard music bring a heart of stone to tears. And I heard peace ring like an anthem through the years. And I heard hatred fall from grace when I heard you whisper my name. Ooh, whisper my name. You get that on my CD?
Yes, sir. Made it all the way. Didn't make it to number 1, but it did make it to number 4.
I think it was number 4.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming tonight. I got to go take a nap. I'd like to thank everybody, too, because you'd be surprised. I mentioned, I really am, I swear, I'm struggling terribly with my sinuses. And all you people that came up here and gave me all those drugs on the break, I really appreciate it because I took them all. Hey, listen.
I ate one of the cough drops they gave you.
Yeah, some lady brought me the Hall's cough drops.
Yeah,
Yeah,
strawberry flavored. That's good.
Yeah, did you take them?
Yeah, I did.
They did, okay. All right, there's a joke, but I just can't do it, man. I just can't.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, because I think they were suppositories. I don't know what they...
Oh, no.
I didn't read the label very well. Hey, listen, anyway, boy, this place is going right in the tank. Dakota Hurley was supposed to be here tonight to help us with some of this stuff, and as I told you earlier, he was not able to make it. We have a very special friend. We actually call him family because I'll tell you what, all these guys in the band and everybody that works in this whole place from the top to the bottom are a bunch of misfits because this whole thing is a carnival that we run every day. But I'll tell you what, we run it with love, and this place is just a great place to work and a bunch of great people. We're all about half crazy, but it's a great place. So one of our peeps, they say, one of our people, we heard last week had a heart attack and was in the hospital. And before I could get out here and tell everybody what was going on with him, the guy was back on his feet and back. And he's one of the dearest friends we have here at the Orange Blossom Opry. We are really excited, in more ways than you know, to have with us tonight Dr. Carl Bennett. So,
Yes,
Dr. Carl, where are you, sir?
It's our brother from another mother.
There he is. Oh, he's out there.
There he is.
Come on, sir. He's going to come up. I don't know if you all have, while he's getting ready, I'll just babble for a minute, but I don't know if you all have ever come to see the John Denver show, but if you come to see John Denver, this guy is the bomb because it's so good, and we enjoy doing that. And have we got one of those on the schedule yet, sir? No. We don't? Well, I'll talk to somebody around this place because I know people around here. Yeah, I do. I know the guy that cleans the bathrooms because it's me. All right, y'all, Dr. Carl Bennett, everybody.
Yeah, Carl Bennett doing Randy Travis. I don't know how this is going to work out.
You'll like it a lot better, I promise. Okay. Time out. He said D flat, fellas.
D flat?
D flat. Yeah. It's going to take a second.
Where's D flat?
That's C
Right
sharp.
next to C sharp.
Oh, C sharp.
It's out on my card.
Farmer and a teacher, hooker and a preacher, riding on the midnight bus, bound for Mexico. One was headed for vacation, one for higher education. Two of them were searching for lost souls. That driver never ever saw the stop sign. 18-wheeler can't stop on a dime. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, heaven only knows. No, it's not what you take when you leave this world behind you. It's what you leave behind you when you go. That farmer left a harvest, a home in 80 acres, a faith and love for growing things in his young son's heart. And that teacher left her wisdom in the minds of lots of children and did her best to give them all a better start. That preacher whispered, "Can't you see the promised land?" as he laid that blood-stained Bible in that hooker's hand. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, heaven only knows. You know it's not what you take when you leave this world behind you. It's what you leave behind you when you go. That's a story that our preacher told last Sunday as he held that blood-stained Bible up for all of us to see. He said, "Bless the farmer and the teacher and that preacher who gave this Bible to my mama, who read it to me." There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway. Why there's not 4 of them, now I guess we know. It's not what you take when you leave this world behind you. It's what you leave behind you when you go. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway.
Awesome.
G modulating to A at the end. Now we get back to what I do here. I don't know.
That was great, man. Uh-oh, is it lightning out there? No, man, the lights and everything.
Kevin did it.
Eddie, what's going on up there?
Kevin did it.
May
We
have
were
to
just
fix it.
bragging on Eddie never letting the lights go dark.
Oh, no. Hey.
That he did on purpose.
That's probably not somebody we should mess with.
No, not right now anyway. When you ask how I've been here without you, I like to say I've been fine, and I do. But we both know the truth is hard to come by. And if I told the truth, that's not quite true. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. Sometimes a hard time won't leave me alone. Sometimes the cold wind blows a chill in my bones. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. Now the faith that I see in my mirror more and more is a stranger to me. More and more I can see there's a danger in becoming what I never thought I'd be. Some days a diamond, some days are stone. Sometimes a hard time won't leave me alone. Sometimes a cold wind blows a chill in my bones. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Sometimes a hard time won't leave me alone. Yeah. Sometimes the cold wind blows a chill in my bones. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. One more time. Some days are diamonds, some days are stone. Sometimes a hard time won't leave me alone. Sometimes a cold wind blows a chill in my bones. Some days are diamonds, some days a stone. Some days a diamond, some days a stone. That's it.
Isn't it crazy how much nicer he makes that microphone sound? I love you, brother.
Oh man, I appreciate it. All right, let's pick it back up a little bit. Almost heaven, West Virginia. Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountain, flowing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home, country road. All my memories, they gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the skies, misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home, country road. I hear her voice in the morning hour, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home, country roads. Sing it with us now. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home, yeah. Country roads, take me home, down country road, take me home, yeah, down country road.
Dr. Carl Bennett.
I want to tell you something, sir. When we got the news about you, there was nobody that were more concerned than all the folks here at the Orange Blossom Opry, and I truly mean that. We all love you.
Thank you all very much.
That reminds me, I got to get the church to stop praying for you now. You're better.
I told you before, man. I play country music for a living. I drive a Harley, I drive a street rod, and I cuss too much. But that guy makes me cry coming up here doing that, so I guess I'm not so tough. We're sure glad you're here, though, sir. All right, let's move on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
This is one song my mom always requests. Operator, please connect me. In 1982, I need to make apologies for what I didn't do. I sure do need to tell her, and I thought the whole thing through. And now it's clear that she is what I should have held on to. They say hindsight's 20/20, and I'm nearly going blind from staring at her photograph and wishing she was mine. It's the same old lost love story. It's sad, but it's true. There was a time when she was mine in 1982. Postman, can you sell me a special kind find a stem, one to send a letter from this crazy lonely man back into the wasted years of my living past. I need to tell her now I know how long our love will last. They say hindsight's 20/20, and I'm nearly going blind from staring at her photograph and wishing she was mine. It's the same old lost love story. It's sad, but it's true. There was a time when she was mine in 1982. Losing my mind, going back in time with 1982.
Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir. All right. Are you ready, Dougie?
That song was for Glenda, by the way, but also for my mom. I love you, Mom. I know she's
That's
watching.
the first song that
Michigan.
Randy Travis had out, and just so you know, a buddy of ours named Jim Dowell, who you know comes down here as a songwriter stuff, was responsible for getting that song to Randy, and which jump-started his whole career. And that song was originally called
1962.
1962.
Is that right?
It was.
It really was, yeah.
Wow.
It was called 1962, and Randy Travis called up and said, you know, Jim, I can't, it makes me too old. And they said, well, change it to 1982. So there you go. A little inside trivia. I'm just doing that while Doug's waiting for his medicine to kick in.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I had a nice message on the break, and turns out my daughter's watching tonight. So I'll say hi, Lindsay. She's 6. Got 3 kids. Yeah.
She got 3 kids or twins.
I'm gonna. I'll send this one out to her. I'm gonna love you forever and ever. You may think that I'm talking foolish. You've heard that I'm wild and I'm free. And you may wonder how I can promise you now this love that I feel for you always will be. You're not just time that I'm killing. I'm no longer one of those guys. The love that I give, this love that I give is gonna be yours until the day that I die. Oh, darling, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about old women, as long as old women sit and talk about old men. If you're wondering how long I'll be faithful, I'm happy to tell you again. But I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, amen. Say time takes its toll on the body, makes a young girl's brown hair turn gray. But honey, I don't care, I ain't in love with your hair. If it all fell out, well, I'd love you anyway. Let time playing tricks on the memory, make people forget things they knew. Well, it's easy to see that it's happened to me. I've already forgotten every woman but you, oh darling. I'm gonna love you forever, forever. as long as old women sit and talk about old men. They say time can never be faithful. Well, just listen to how this song ends. Well, I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, amen. Well, I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, amen. Well, that's a first. Thank you.
One of my favorite songs Randy Travis did. It's in the key of D if you want to sing along. Well, there's an easy chair and just sitting there. And I've spent a lot of time just thinking of this perfect love I know is yours and mine. And oh, how I love that old picture on the wall of you and me and the kids. My most favorite time in life I spent right here where we live. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. It just hit me as I was leaving. There's no place like home. From the bedroom, I smell perfume, my favorite kind you wore. And it brings back memories of all those nights behind our bedroom door. The saddest thing I think I've ever seen was my closet all cleaned out. It's sad to think that one must leave 'cause we can't work things out. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. It just hit me as I was leaving. There's no place like home. So baby, say that I can stay for just a day or so, and maybe I can change your mind and I won't have to go. Just look into these baby blues and tell me it's okay. I love that smile, it drives me wild. No, love won't die today. There's no no place like home. There's no place like home. Randy Travis.
Yeah, man. You're still up. You're up like the rest of the night. We got, let's see, we got about 30 more songs.
Man, I apologize. I'm hoarse.
See, now you're getting it. It's the allergies. It's
Yeah, I don't complain as much as Bobby, but I've had allergies, hit me too. So.
You know, you're the first guy to mention that. Yeah, whiner, they call me. All right. Ready back there, Wichita?
I know you know this one. Last night I dug your picture out from our old dresser drawer. I set it on the table and I talked to it till 4. I read some old love letters right up till the break of dawn. And at night I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. Then I went through your jewelry and I found our wedding rings. I put mine on my finger and I gave yours a fling. Across this lonely bedroom of our recent broken home. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones, I'm digging up bones. Exhuming things that's better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. Then I went through your closet and I found some things in there, like that pretty negligee that I bought you to wear. And I recall how good you looked each time you had it on. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones, I'm digging up bones. Assuming things that's better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. Digging up bones. Assuming things that's better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones.
Yeah. Let's see. David from Australia just tuned in. Hi, David. Everybody say hi to David. He's watching in Australia.
An Aussie.
Yeah, I did a tour over there in Australia, and you know, they told me, because you're on the other side of the equator, that the water in the commode goes down a different direction. And so the first thing I did when we got checked into our hotel is went in and flushed the commode. That's not true at all. The water goes down the same way. So anyway,
are you sure? I mean, does it always go like to the right?
Well, yeah, it does. It generally does. And then we had the Vegemite. You ever had the Vegemite sandwich, y'all? That's a real treat. Yeah. Anyway, well, thanks, David, for tuning in and say hello to all the folks in Australia for us.
He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich.
Vegemite sandwich. Okay.
Remember that song?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Come from a land down under.
Look what you started now. You're up again, Hoss.
All right.
Yeah, you win. You're in the...
Oh, I love this song. What's the first word, Todd?
I told you. No,
Suppose I called you up tonight
Yeah.
and told you that I love you. And suppose I said I wanna come back home. And suppose I cried and said I think I finally learned my lesson. And I'm tired of spending all my time alone. If I told you that I realized you're all I ever wanted, and it's killing me to be so far away, would you tell me that you love me too, and would we cry together? Or would you simply laugh at me and say, I told you so? Oh, I told you so. I told you someday you'd come crawling back and asking me to take you in. I told you so, but you had to go. And now I've found somebody new, and you will never break my heart in two again. If I got down on my knees and told you I was yours forever, would you get down on yours too and take my hand? Would we get that old time feeling? Would we laugh and talk for hours, the way we did when our love first began? Would you tell me that you missed me too, and that you've been so lonely, and you waited for the day that I return, and we live in love forever, that I'm your one and only? Or would you say the tables finally turned? Would you say I told you so? Oh, I told you so. I told you someday you'd come crawling back and asking me to take you in. I told you so, but you had to go. And now I've found somebody new, and you will never break my heart in two again. Now I've found somebody new, and you will never break my heart in two again. And I love Randy Travis.
All right. Well, everybody been having a good time so far, right? Now, let me ask you something truly. Would you tell me if you weren't? So you wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't? Nancy, the cook's here. She'll tell you. All right, well, we're going to do one more Randy Travis song, and then we're going to get out of here. And I hope you all had a great time, because we played a lot of these songs that we've never played, just the first time. And I'll tell you, they've all come off spectacular. Everybody in this band's worked real hard and done an incredible job. And Dougie, are you ready? Hold on, wait, okay. Yep. One more squirt. Huh?
I think it kind of worked a little bit last song.
If you squirt it this way, you won't worry about your throat anymore.
Oh, it's a flowing. Yeah, no kidding.
In front of everybody?
Yep.
Bobby played his guitar on the hardest side of town. where it's hard for a poor boy to find the money. He had dedication, he had the heart and soul, and somehow knew he was born to play. People said, get a real job, support your family, 'cause there's no future in the road you're taking. He was empty, the dreamer just kept on. Late at night you could hear him say, I'm gonna be somebody. One of these days I'm gonna break these chains. I'm gonna be somebody someday. You can bet your hard-earned dollar I will. The road was a struggle, took him 10 years to the top. Now he's number one on the stage and radio. But still he can't believe how people miles around, but I knew he was born to play. I'm gonna be somebody. One of these days I'm gonna break these chains. I'm gonna be somebody someday. You can bet your hard-earned dollar I will. Bobby played his hometown one full moon August night. He heard a voice from the front row saying, sandy hair river boy with the same old hungry eyes. He looked up at Bobby and said, I'm gonna be somebody. One of these days I'm gonna break these chains. I'm gonna be somebody someday. You can bet your hard-earned dollar I will. You know I will, yeah. I'm gonna be somebody. One of these days I'm gonna break these chains. I'm gonna be somebody someday. You can bet your hard-earned dollar I will. You know I will. Bet your hard-earned dollar I will.
All right, everybody, that kind of ends our Randy Travis Tritt show. Hope you all have enjoyed it. Hope we had as much fun as we did. All right. Hey, we have a special guest here. Arlen, do you have his name over there?
Yes, we do.
We do. On the floor.
His brother Wayne, and he's an Army vet of 22 years in the service.
He's going to come up for you, and I'm going to try to get that to stop doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Anyway, folks, if we would turn up the house lights for a second, we would ask tonight, if you are a veteran, would you please stand for us if you are? We always like to recognize a bunch of folks here. I told you about that little notice I got in the mail. I don't know if you all remember the draft, but my number was 16. So there's all the reason that we live in one of the best countries in the whole wide world right there, everybody. Also, if you are retired or currently working in some form of law enforcement, would you also please rise for us? Because everybody in this band up here, we think the cops are the good guys. So would the rest of you all please stand, and we'll pay a little tribute to our vets, and thank you so much for this For holding the flag. Hold it up.
We got our
Hold it
CDs and that gospel CD that I did that I mentioned. Desiree has over here, and we'll hang around and chat with you a little bit right after the show. But I believe Bobby's got a wonderful tribute right now to the USA.
On behalf of everyone here at the Orange Blossom Opry, God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming out. Do a random act of kindness for someone tomorrow and come back and see us. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.